Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. So it seems like even the Christians are not safe from the demonic web of lies and deceit of the Democratic Party. Let's get into this article from MSN.com by way of Fox News. I already know these Harris hopefuls are going to chomp at the bit on this one. We talking about reading from Fox News, but as a person who really cares about his life and the life of his family and those around him, you read articles from everywhere. Because truth be told, let me see something right quick. I could have got this from AOL.com. I could have got this from Newsweek, Fox News. So it ain't just Fox News. I just chose to read this one. So anyway, let's get into it. It says Christian evangelist Franklin Graham blasted the Evangelicals for Harris organization for using footage of his late father in an attack ad against former President Trump. Graham is president and CEO of the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association and Samaritan's Purse, which were founded by his father, the late Billy Graham. Billy Graham was a world-famous evangelist and considered to be an icon of American culture. A statue of him was installed at the U.S. Capitol in May. Dang, was he that world-famous? Evangelicals for Harris, formerly Evangelicals for Biden, is a project of Faith Voters, a 501c4 organization. On Wednesday, the group held a Zoom conference hosted by reparations activist Ekimini Yuan, who has argued that whiteness is wicked and the police as an institution needs to be destroyed and rebuilt. Now, that part about the police, I agree that instead of saying defund the police, what you need to do is just tear it down and redo it. Get better training, different training, to go overseas and see what they do, how they keep their crime down, how they're able to control their crime, and people respect the police a little more over there than they do over here. Because like over here, all you need is like a few months, take a test, and they throw you on the street. Over there, you got to have at least training for at least 2 years. I think you got to have been in the military too. So training should be done a little different over here because it ain't working. It needs to be destroyed and rebuilt. Policing was founded on the re-enslavement of black people. Yeah, that's what we all believe too. Paddy wagons, what they're originally for, catch runaway slaves. A new attack ad from the pro-Harris organization against Trump juxtaposes footage of the late Billy Graham talking about confessing one's sins with an old interview of Trump saying he wasn't sure at the time whether he had ever asked God for forgiveness. Franklin Graham responded on X by sharing a screenshot of the ad on the official Morning Joe account and condemning evangelicals for Harris using his father's image. He argued that if his father were alive, he would support Trump. He would support Trump. Why would he support Trump? The quote, the liberals are using anything and everything they can to promote candidate Harris. They even developed a political ad trying to use my father's at Billy Graham's image. He wrote in a social media post, they are trying to mislead people. Maybe they don't know that my father appreciated the conservative values and policies of President real Donald Trump in 2016. That's the key. It's not whether it's Donald Trump, if it's George Bush, if it's Candace Owens. It don't matter who is running. If you have conservative views, and what are conservative views? Family oriented, not all the liberal LMNOP, not the baby deletion in the belly. None of that. None of this transgender, sex changing, let little kids claim an identity. What did Andy Griffith tell that bum when Opie on the Andy Griffith show, when Opie was kicking it with this bum, skipping school, doing things, stealing. I don't know if it's skipping school, stealing stuff for the bum, and the bum try, tell him things, deceiving him, saying that's okay. You can do that. It's here, right? It's free. They get paid. It's in the third. Blah, blah, all kind of stuff he was trying to have Oprah believe. And then Andy went and talked to that bum and the bum was like, won't let the boy make his own decision. And he was like, no, we can't do that with a child because They'll jump at the first shiny, little shaky, little shiny, colorful thing. And by the time they realize it's a hook in it, it's too late. Basically, he's talking about fishing lures, catching some bass, with your jigs and stuff. The shiny little, and the baits with the hook on it. That's how you catch them fish. And that's basically what he was saying. But you got people who believe that kids should be able to make a choice on what gender they're going to be. And you ain't got to tell the parents. Anyway, that stuff is against conservative views. Whether people are human, people sin, fall short, this and the third, your views, your basic morals, principles don't change. Like I say, it's family, values, believing in, Christian values, building families, community. And everybody's not going to be your friend. Everybody's not going to like it. Everybody ain't about Sodom and Gomorrah. They say, 16, if he was alive today, my father's views and opinions would not have changed. The official Evangelicals for Harris account replied, praying for you, along with a heart emoji beneath his post, and later said in a retweet that Graham has forsaken the gospel. How did he, hold on. The issue, Franklin, is that, so call him by first name, so these people know each other. The issue, Franklin, is that in your worship of Trump, you have forsaken the gospel. Who said the man, maybe I missed something. Who said he worshiped Trump? He's talking about conservative values. Like I say, it don't matter who it is. If you have conservative values, that falls in line of biblical principles, period. You have forsaken the gospel, the group's account posted. We are voted for Harris, but we only worship Jesus. Remember the calling to which you were called. The Lord's grace is always ready to receive you. Man, let me get into this word about grace, because that has destroyed the black community over the last 50, 60, at least 70 years. But let me say at least the last 20, 30, because that's what I can recall. Because every time I hear someone has done something that they know they shouldn't, about to do something they know they shouldn't, the first thing they say is, hey, God understands my heart and I'm saved by grace. Grace, what they say, come as you, because the Bible says come as you are. Come as you are, but you don't stay as you are. Don't come back like that again. You come as you are because you don't know no better. A child that's going through a store, running through the store, begging, trying to take stuff, eating food out of packages, taking toys, trying to run around, think they're going to take the store with them, take the stuff with them. They don't know that. They don't know no better. They are coming as they are. But then, once you teach them and tell them that, no, you cannot eat this right now. No, you cannot take this. No, we don't have the money. No, we're not buying that. And they act a fool and you chastise and you discipline them, what have you. Then they know. So anytime after that, and they want to choose the same behavior, you make sure you don't spare the rod so you don't spoil a child. Period. But people talking about come as you are. What they say? Receive, the Lord's grace. Like I say, grace is not something that you get every time. Grace allows you, what they call it, a mulligan the first time. Like, hey, this is how I was living. This is how you was living. Now you know better. Grace was given to you because of your previous behavior, because you came and changed your ways. You committed yourself to the scriptures. Now, if you keep going back and doing the same thing, now that's a problem. There is no longer no grace. There is no longer grace after that. But you got people who distort the word, distort the scriptures, and turn it into something to where, yeah, we can accept certain people in our congregation. Yeah, you can keep coming to church. While you see these videos where people post videos of these women coming and going to church in these little old skirts, like they just came from the club. Little skirt, you see all tight clothing. You see every curve and crevice, everything. Everything that the good Lord created. Hallelujah. And they display it in the church house. Why? Either they trying to catch a dude or they know ain't no men in the church anyway, so they feel they can dress how they want to. I don't know. But I believe that is a misguided statement right there. At the Republican National Convention in July, the Reverend said of Trump, "I am grateful and thankful for what he did as a 45th president of the United States, and I know that as a 47th president, he would keep his word to American people to make America great again." He led a prayer thanking God for saving Trump's life after the president narrowly avoided an assassination attempt during a rally in Pennsylvania. Graham went on to implore God, quote, "and we ask that if it be thy will that you will make America great again." We can debate on what that means in a black standpoint, but the man told no lies. The man told no lies. I mean, he said his dad would, like, they got mad at him because he said, "Hey, my dad supported Trump, voted for Trump back in 2016, and it probably would most likely wouldn't change because of the values that he's promoting." You made the thing about it. See, that's the thing about grace. You may did something bad in the past, because people love to bring up your past, but when you bring up their present, oh, I'm saved by grace. God knows my heart. But yet you want to condemn a man for his past. Make it make sense. Now I want to see something right quick before I end this. Reverend Frank Graham calls out because something I saw by Billy Graham's granddaughter joins Evangelicals for Harris. Let me look at this right quick. Because that might be who was calling, who called Franklin by his first name. It says, Billy Graham's granddaughter joins Evangelicals for Harris, quotes Isaiah to blast Trump supporter. Quote, "Voting Kamala for me is so much greater than policies." And therein lies is your problem. There's the ignorance, which, truth be told, shows that everybody shouldn't be voting. Because she said, forget policy. She's voting for Kamala Harris. Why? The granddaughter of the late Reverend Billy Graham endorses Vice President Kamala Harris during the Evangelicals for Harris Zoom call Wednesday and suggests that Christians who support former President Donald Trump are causing people to turn away from Christianity. Nah. Supporting LMNOP, supporting transgender stuff, that's you know what? No, you are reinterpreting Christianity. See, Jerusha Duffer, whose mother, Virginia Gigi Graham, what the heck? I can't pronounce that last name. I'm sorry. It's Graham's oldest daughter. Spoke on a recorded video because she was unable to attend a virtual event, which also included speakers such as former Representative Adam Kinzinger and public theologian Ikemini Yuan, who has claimed whiteness is wicked and that churches should pay global reparations to people of African descent. Man, they go from one extreme to another. I take the reparations, but anyway, the event reportedly reached 40,000 people. Thinking this morning, if you told me 10 years ago that I would be taking that, let's see, what she say? It say, when I was thinking this morning that if you told me 10 years ago that I would be taking an active role in politics, I have laughed. But then I had to stop and realize this is much more than politics. Duffer said in her recorded video in 2016, when a man bragged about assaulting women, various leaders of my faith then propped this man up as a poster boy for godly manhood and leadership. She continued, "This broke my heart as I have watched, quite frankly, for the last 8 years, people who were curious about Jesus and his teachings have done a 180 and walked in the other direction for my faith." She referenced Isaiah 130, which likens the rebellious and unfaithful Israelites in Jerusalem to Judah to an oak whose leaf withers and a garden without water. She implied that Trump supporters are similar. According to a biblical commentator, Matthew Henry, the prophet's mention of, she's a prophet? What? The prophet's mention of oaks in Isaiah. Oh, the prophet Isaiah. Oaks Isaiah 1, 29 to 30 was an apparent allusion to the sacred groves where the Israelites worship Baal, Ashtoreth, and other false gods, whose rites often include children sacrifice and sexual immorality. Isaiah talks about an oak whose leaves wither and a garden going without water, continued Duffer, who has ties to the Lincoln Project and whose website describes her as an LMNOP plus friendly licensed professional counselor in Greenville, South Carolina. In 2020, she also penned a letter in support of Evangelicals Concern, Inc., an organization that advocates for evangelicals to support, saying, yeah, oak leaves don't wither overnight, and I'm terrified. I'm not going to read all this because let me tell you something. Scriptures are the scriptures, the words are the words. Y'all gonna sit there and reinterpret it and misinform people all you want to. I know all I know is in the scriptures they talk about Sodom and Gomorrah, why it was destroyed. Period. If you can, there's no way you can reword that or reinterpret that because it is what it is. I know talk about all kind of sexual immorality, doubt the 10 Commandments, the laws, the laws of the Israelites, the dietary laws, the laws of living in Exodus, Genesis, Exodus. I think was it the first 5 books called the laws, I believe. Anyway, so I know it's there. So you can say whatever you want to tell somebody that going against Christ. Well, first of all, Christianity is a religion that was created way after. It wasn't even named, during the time of the Messiah. But the Messiah lived by the laws. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. So y'all can say what you want to, interpret it how you want to. We know how Christian and Catholic churches pretty much destroyed the true faith and the true way of living. And it done screwed up people's minds to where now, thousands of years later, people don't know what to do and how to do it. But you got to go back, study that book, study the history, and get your mind right. But anyway, tell me what you think about the story. Leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Let's dialogue. You know how we do it around here. I want to thank y'all for watching, but don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 ways cost you nothing more than maybe a couple of minutes out your day, but it means the world to us here. But if you do want to support financially, hey, don't forget to super thanks, super chat, or you can go to the description box. There are links there that you can click on to where you can, promote financially there. And don't forget to go to marlonmorale.com. That's marlonmorale.com. That's in the description box too, where you can get perfumes, luxury perfumes like and silk do-rags, silk scarves, beard products, toiletry bags, and more. Just go to marlonmorale.com. I promise that you will not be disappointed. And with that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.